Hello and welcome to my studio journal. Now back in 2022, I started to redesign my home studio, shifting from software to hardware for the first time. What began as a few videos for some curious students soon became an ongoing unfiltered record. Okay, so if you remember earlier, I was lying on the ground here. I was kind of explaining what was going on with the Pro channel. I tried listening to it and I thought I figured it out. I pressed the high voltage plate button. That cleans everything up, which is great. So it took away that buzz, except for when I turned up the gain again, that buzz was there. It was really dominant on the lower Pro channel, but it wasn't on the top Pro channel. Okay, so there could be any number of things wrong with that Pro channel, the bottom one that is. The only things I can try are changing the power cord, as well as swapping out some of the cables and seeing if that makes any difference. If I have to, there's a couple of options I have. Replace the bottom Pro channel and have them rent me another one. I could swap them out for 2 voice channels, which I hear very good reviews on those. There is a third option, which is I could get an MPA, which is the mic preamp, and a voice channel. Once again, I would have to see what kind of gives me more bang for the buck. So anyhow, those are kind of my options. So right now I'm going to swap out the power cable. I'm going to try switching around some cords and we'll see what the result is in the end. I couldn't refuse, there was a great deal on this Art Trans X. So it's a transformer based preamp. Anyhow, I'm going to give this thing a try. Okay, it's 5 o'clock. I've tried everything in my studio so far and some interesting things have come up. So now I'm off to Long and McQuaid to try and get a DI box to see if that would solve the problem. There seems to be some weird things happening. When I come in off of the mixing board, it sounds much different than when I come in out of the audio interface. So I have no idea what's going on. The hissing would indicate that the gain for whatever's coming in is too low. But at the same time, no matter what comes into the Pro channels, ends up saying it's clipping right off the bat. So something weird is happening. Only thing I can think of is the signal's coming in too hot and it's confusing the preamp. That just might be the case. So in comes this thing. Now, this is a direct box. It's a DP-DB, try and say that fast, dual passive direct box. Anyhow, so it's one of these things. I'm going to see if this works. Plus, I also rented some cables to kind of fix that up as well. So the idea is I'm going to go out of the patch bay into this thing and out of this thing into the preamplifier. So we're going to see if that solves any of the problems. These things are just reacting weird. The compressor, when I got the compressor home, the Probe VLA2, it worked exactly like it was supposed to work. All working fine from when I put this all together in the summer, except for this Pro channel. Let's go and hook this thing up and see how it goes. So how I see this going is out of the patch bay into the direct box. So back in here is the patch bay. So I have the right and left channels coming out of the patch bay into the direct box. Now I'm going to have to hook up the XLRs. They're going to carry the signal from the direct box to the inputs of the Pro channel. Okay, so here's what we have going right now. The lines are coming out of the patch bay into the direct box, through the direct box, out the XLRs, into the preamp. Direct box is supposed to bring line level signals down to mic level signals, which hopefully the preamp will be able to deal with better. If this is indeed the problem, this might help a little bit. If not, well, there's a few things we can try yet. We can lift the ground and see if that's a problem. We also have an attenuator in here from 0 to 20 to 40 dBs, and we can see what happens that way. Now it's just a matter of seeing if any of this will actually make a difference. If you'd like to follow the full journey, check out my online studio journal linked in the description. Until next time, I'm just a music teacher having fun. Catch you on the next one.